Let me tell you something about momentum. It's a beautiful thing until you lose it. You see, most people don't fail because they never started. They fail because they stopped too soon. They hit a small win, got a little applause, saw a bit of progress, and then they slowed down. They thought, I made it. But momentum doesn't care about what you've done. It only responds to what you're still willing to do. That's the hidden trap, the momentum gap. It's that quiet space between your first victory and your next challenge. The moment when comfort starts whispering louder than hunger. When people stop pushing, not because they're tired, but because they've tasted a little success and confused it for fulfillment. You ever wonder why some people rise once and disappear while others just keep climbing unstoppable? It's not luck, it's not talent. It's their ability to bridge that gap, to stay hungry, humble, and focused when everyone else starts celebrating too early. Tonight, I want to help you break that cycle. Because the dream doesn't die when you lose. It dies when you stop fighting after you win. It begins with the taste of success. A small win, a step forward, a glimpse of the dream starting to form into reality. You feel the warmth of achievement in your chest, that rush of pride that says, I'm doing it. For a moment, it feels like everything you've worked for is paying off. You exhale, finally, after all the pressure, the doubt, the long night S. But here's where the danger starts. Comfort creeps in. It doesn't announce itself with a bang. It whispers softly, telling you to relax, to slow down, to enjoy what you've earned. And while you're basking in that feeling, momentum begins to fade. Quietly, invisibly. The hunger that once kept you awake now tells you to rest a little longer. And before you know it, you're no longer chasing progress, you're protecting comfort. The comfort trap doesn't destroy people overnight, it drains them slowly. It's a thief that wears the mask of reward. You tell yourself you deserve a break, and maybe you do, but comfort doesn't want to give you a break. It wants to make you stay. You begin to lower your standards just a little at first. The things you once demanded from yourself now feel too much. The schedule you kept religiously now feels like a burden. You start convincing yourself that maintaining what you built is enough, that you don't need to grow anymore. That's how greatness fades. Not with failure, but with satisfaction that arrives too early. Comfort tells you that peace is the goal, but in truth, peace without purpose becomes emptiness. Every champion has faced this moment. That quiet crossroads after the victory, when the applause fades and the world stops watching. What separates the great from the forgotten is what happens next. The great ones don't stay in that comfort zone. They know the first win is not a signal to rest, it's a reminder that the real fight has just begun. They understand that success isn't a resting place, it's a starting point. It's where you prove to yourself that you can handle consistency, not just intensity. Because anyone can burn bright for a moment, but to keep the fire alive day after day, when the excitement is gone and the grind is all that's left, that's the test. Comfort wants you to believe that the race is over, but the truth is, it's only the first lap. There's something dangerously seductive about comfort. It disguises itself as happiness. It tells you that the goal of all your effort is to finally feel at ease. But here's the paradox. The more comfortable you become, the less alive you feel. Because comfort doesn't just relax your body, it dulls your spirit. It makes you forget the hunger that once defined you. The same hunger that made you get up early, that made you stay late, that made you chase something greater than yourself. When comfort wins, hunger dies. And when hunger dies, purpose follows. That's why some people can reach the top of the mountain and still feel empty. Because they stopped climbing inside. Complacency doesn't announce its arrival. It sneaks in through small excuses. I've done enough today. I'll get back to it tomorrow. I just need to rest. And one day turns into two turns into a week. Before long, the drive that once moved mountains starts second-guessing itself. The edge dulls. The passion fades. and you start wondering why you don't feel that fire anymore. It's not because you've lost your talent or ability, it's because you've lost your urgency. Momentum thrives on movement, not memory. It doesn't care what you did last week. It only responds to what you're doing now. The comfort trap feeds on validation. When people start clapping for you, when you hear the praise, when you feel recognized, that's when it's hardest to stay grounded. Because part of you starts performing for approval instead of purpose. You stop chasing excellence and start chasing applause. And applause, no matter how loud, fades. If your motivation depends on recognition, you'll always run out of fuel. The truly unstoppable ones aren't driven by praise.